China is killing Ecuador. I'm not joking. China is killing Ecuador. Things in Ecuador that they make, the Ecuadorians make themselves, are phenomenal. Okay, they're amazing. This door, you see this door back here? Look at this door. Look at how gorgeous that door is. There's guys that all they do is make doors like this. This door is 50 years old. That thing is super solid. It is super worth whatever money it cost. We've had several pieces of furniture made, and it's all amazing. It's super tough. And when something happens to it, I know I can call the guy who made it. He's going to come out and he's going to fix it. He's going to do it right. It is very impressive. What is not impressive is how much crap from China gets imported here. Now I understand. Look, I'm from the U.S. We invented bringing crap from China. Okay, we invented it. We love our Chinese crap. But I think what happens is that there is levels of bad quality from China. The top level of bad quality, which is the best quality, goes to places in the Western Hemisphere. So it goes to Europe, it goes to the U.S., because we demand certain levels of quality, or we just don't buy it anymore. You know, but then they have lower levels of quality, and that's the kind of stuff that finds itself in South America, and probably the lowest level of quality ends up getting sent to Africa, and it's terrible. It is so bad. It is so bad. I see $1,000 couches that if you sent that piece of garbage to the U.S., nobody would buy it, and they certainly would buy it for $1,000. You know, that's $100 couch. That's $150, $200 couch. Even in this economy, it's a cheap, crappy couch, and it's going to fall apart, and it won't last. It won't last a year. I'm not joking. It won't last a year. And I see it in all this stuff that comes from China that ends up here, and it breaks my heart to see like these incredible artisans here. And I'm not talking just furniture, right? They make clothes. They have seamstresses who make clothes. They make sheets and bedding and all this kind of stuff. It is gorgeous. It lasts forever. It is worth the time and pain in the butt it is to get this stuff. There are shoemakers here. They are the only shoes that actually survive any period of time in Ecuador. Ecuador's rough on shoes, man. Yeah, so China and their deals with bringing in cheap goods, and their deals with we're going to help you with stuff, and it's going to cost you less than other countries, including the power, the dams, like the hydroelectric systems, right? Guaranteed there's quality problems. Guaranteed they weren't built correctly. Guaranteed. I mean, we already see that in some of these dams that are having problems. Is that one, they weren't maintained very well. Not China's fault, really, I guess. But the fact that they need so much maintenance because they were allowed to be built so poorly and built with substandard parts and built in a terrible way. That now they have to go and spend all this money to try and make them better. Yeah, China. And beyond that, right, China is responsible for a great deal of the horrendous mining in the Amazon, which they have now like cut out. But I guarantee it's still going on. I guarantee they're still out there doing it. China's not a good partner. They're not a good partner. They're not really interested in making Ecuador better. They're not really interested in making any other country better. They're interested in making China better. Which, yeah, sure, you could say that about the U.S. whenever we help people out, right, militarily and stuff. What's in it for us? Absolutely, every country does that. But China is especially brutal about it. Especially brutal. They don't give a damn. You know, they really don't. There's undoubtedly some good things about Ecuador's relationship with China and what China brings into this country. Like I've talked before about the fact that electric motorcycles, electric bikes, that's a big deal. It's a leveler. People get independent transportation for cheap, 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 cheap money. And there's also this massive repair culture here, right? So when you get things that maybe aren't so well built, like pretty much every single one of these electric motorcycles, you now have a repair culture. You are giving jobs to people who know how to fix these things, to modify them, to upgrade them, and we've dealt with quite a few people that do that. So that's awesome. It's also people will increase their wealth and their family's wealth by importing Chinese goods and selling them in their own store. This is a big deal. Like I've seen multiple small importers bringing in Chinese goods. Now, do all these Chinese goods, are they good for the people? I mean, the problem is jobs here. Okay, so jobs is a big issue. And if you're going to import all your manufactured goods, you're probably not going to have a lot of manufacturing here. I'm not sure why. Like even the Chevy plant that where they built Chevys here in Ecuador has gone away, and that takes a lot of jobs for people that maybe are going to have a hard time finding other jobs in other places.